You are listening to The Diary of a Wannabe Writer, presented by Richard A. Boxshall, in which I chronicle my life and attempts to become a professional writer by, doing some writing daily, hopefully.
Hello, today is Thursday the 12th, of December 2024. You're listening to The Diary of an Extremely Tired Wannabe Writer. So yesterday I recorded my podcast at about just before 8 o'clock, I think, and literally as soon as I posted it, which it takes me about 2 minutes to whack on the opening and closing credits and add the metadata and upload it. So I was in bed very well. By the time it published, I was in bed. And today I had to get up very early for 3 flights and failed to sleep almost at all, so I'm absolutely shattered. And I'm back in Manchester again, so you may remember I was in Manchester not that many days ago from standby, saying that I was going to try some room service. Well, on that occasion, the weather was so... I think I recorded the podcast after room service had said, we're really busy at the moment, can you call back in 10 minutes? Well, I couldn't get through, and in the end I just got so browned off with it I gave up and went to Wagamama, which was actually rather nice. But I've been told the beef pie is actually really good for the room service in this hotel, so I really wanted to try it. So today I decided I would, and I phoned, as soon as I got here, I phoned down to reception, and the reception basically said, we'll put you through, and it rang and it rang and it rang and rang and it rang and it rang, and then eventually automatically cut off. Tried it a second time and it did the same again, which is basically what happened last week. And I was a bit, here we go again. But last week I wasn't as tired. I was tired, but I wasn't as tired as I am now, and I was happy to just go, sod it, I'm going out to Wagamama. Now, what the hotel had failed to mention is that they don't run the room service. They have a restaurant on site, but it's a separate business. So all I did was go downstairs, and if I'd known this last week, I'd have done the same last week. So I just went downstairs, placed the room service order manually with one of the waiters, just told them what I wanted and what room I was in, and which airline I was with for my lovely discount. And it's all in hand. I've got a lovely Corona Zero beer coming up. I do like a nice alcohol-free beer. I don't know why, I've genuinely got a taste for those now. So that's on its way. I really, whinge, excuse. Really wanted to do a bit of writing tonight, but I'm shattered. I'm absolutely dog-tired. As I say, if it feels like I got no sleep at all last night. The reality is that I maybe got an hour or two after attending the Yola Flood, which I really enjoyed, by the way. I can't think... there was something else I meant to mention about that I forgot to mention this time. But, Sorry, see, I'm just talking drivel now. I'm that tired. But that was a really, really good event run by my local bookshop, and I hope they do one next year. I will definitely attend. So what I wanted to do, if I'd been less tired when I got here tonight, I was going to sit down and force myself to do an hour of writing. I think if I do that now, it'll just be crap because I'm really, really tired. Tomorrow I've got 3 more flights, so I fly back to Heathrow from Manchester, and then I'm on what we call a link on the end, so I'm doing Zurich and back, and start not quite so stupidly early. So this morning my alarm was set for 4:30 and I left at about 5 o'clock, and just very, very tiring. Tomorrow my alarm is set for 5:20, which feels like a lot later, even though it's probably only an hour more in bed. It feels like an hour later. And then we take off at 10 to 8. We should be back in London for 9 o'clock. And then I've got this Zurich thing on the end. And I should be done by approximately, he says, looking on his watch. Tomorrow's the 13th, isn't it? I should finish work at about 10 to 6. Long haul does have a habit of... as it goes on through, short haul does have a habit of running a little bit later sometimes as it goes on through the day. It won't be too bad. And then I've got the day after that off. And there's something I want to do on, it's Friday now, Sunday. Sunday's my day off. And the one thing I want to do is I think my local bookshop is absolutely wonderful. I think they've done, it's weird because they opened in August last year and I didn't discover them till November and then only bought a couple of books and carried on buying from Amazon. And then round about Christmas time last year, Amazon annoyed me to the point where I cancelled my Prime membership and I won't use them anymore. As I say, with the exception of things I can only get through there, like Tani's books, I will not. I've every book I've bought, apart from my Folio Society ones, which aren't available through my local bookshop, I've just bought from my local bookshop, and they've been so good. And they do these reading events, and they do the book clubs, and they did this book swapping thing at Christmas. I think they're wonderful. So I'm actually on Sunday, well, I might do it tomorrow on the way home. I'm going to go via a Waitrose and get like 6 nice bottles of wine and take them into them. And I'm going to get 2 reds, 3 whites, and a non-alcoholic one because I don't know all the stuff well enough to know if they all drink. And I just want to take them in with the card and just say thank you for everything. You've been great, because they do deserve it. It's not very often that you kind of you find a little local business that they really genuinely do care about how you feel as a customer, because in a way they have to, because obviously I could get things cheaper through Amazon, but I would rather spend an extra couple of quid and actually get looked after and get service, not just service with a smile, but where they care, where they will resolve issues for you. As I say, I bought earlier in the year, I bought all of the Terry Pratchett hardbacks of the Discworld series. They'd been released about 10 or more years ago, but were all still available in these lovely little hardback formats. And I'd bought about the first 5 with the intention of buying the rest and never got round to it. And I suddenly thought, well, I don't want to lose out on these. So I ordered the rest, basically. I think we did it over 2 or 3 orders, and they did, and a couple of them came in damaged, and they would message me and say, well, this one came in damaged and it's not good enough, so we've reordered it for you. And I mean, there's one book, I think it was the 4th it was the 4th copy that was in good enough condition. So they've really looked after me. You'd never get a service like that from Amazon. They literally don't give a shit. So no, suddenly on Sheaf Street in Daventry, I think their tagline is books and more for the relentlessly curious and crafty. I may have got that wrong, but it's something along those lines. I think they're fabulous, and I shall continue to spend money with them because they deserve it, frankly. Anyway, that's enough of me today. Hopefully tomorrow I will be less knackered. Probably won't have done any writing though, realistically, because I'll be working till about 6 o'clock and then I've got to get home. So it'll be 7:30 by the time I'm home. I ain't doing any writing tomorrow. But I'll still waffle on because tomorrow's number 190, I think. And then I'm only 10 away from 200. The 200th episode will go out on the 23rd. It is going to be the first of my Christmassy specially ones, which is going to be my year in writing. And then every 2 days after that, you'll get a slightly longer podcast taking you to the end of the year. They're all pre-recorded. Everything, they're all recorded now, to be fair. There's one about my year in music, one about my year in books, and one about my year in... What's the other one? There's 3 I've already recorded. So I'm doing year in books, year in music. I'm going to do year in writing, which will be show 200, the one that goes out on the 23rd. And I've done one other. Oh, well, I'll tell you all about them close to the time. See, I'm waffling again. I just want my room service. All right, take care. Thank you for listening. Bye-bye.
You have been listening to The Diary of a Wannabe Writer, presented by Richard A. Boxall. Thank you for tuning in to my random ramblings, and if you'd like to know more about me or my projects, visit my link tree at linktr.ee/Richard Wright, capital R, capital W. Thank you for listening.